All right, we're getting a little more positive here, Ricky Flex. Let's move on from Dr. O's favorite director to Ricky Flex's favorite actor. Let's talk a little about Leonardo DiCaprio, and let's talk about him reuniting with one of his most frequent collaborators, Martin Scorsese. Ricky Flex, we're not getting Teddy Roosevelt biopic here, buddy boy.
Hey,
We're not getting Teddy Roosevelt here. We're getting something 10 times more exciting and I think way more up Martin Scorsese's alley. We're getting a Frank Sinatra biopic, Leo in the starring role. You're getting J Law, Jennifer Lawrence as Ava Gardner. You have the actress, and it's going to be profiling Frank Sinatra's second marriage, a tumultuous relationship. Ricky Flicks, early reactions. I didn't see this coming. There's so many projects in the works with Martin Scorsese right now. The Wager we talked about previously. He's got Jerry Garcia apparently with Jonah Hill. I think everything's taken. He's got the Jesus movie we're going to talk about in a second. I think is his main priority right now. But it looks like this Frank Sinatra movie, it has high prospects right now. Ricky Flex, your reactions.
So, yes, Scorsese is working. And this like Frank Sinatra, Leo Scorsese collab here, it has been rumored for a long time, but it's like more like a rumor by people like us saying this has to happen. If there's going to be a Frank Sinatra biopic, Scorsese has to do it, Italian, and Leo has to play Sinatra, you know? It hasn't been happening. There's always been that rumor out there. And then out of the woodwork, out of nowhere, finally comes out when not only is Scorsese working, but Leo is freaking working like a dog right now. He took that hiatus post-Revenant, 2015. He didn't work till freaking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which came out in 2019, right? And then Don't Look Up in 2021, Killers of the Flower Moon last year, and now he's gonna be in everything. Jim Jones movie, the PTA movie, The Wager with Scorsese allegedly still on the table. The Roosevelt, which is my long shot of long shots, it's still on the IMDb. It's out there. So he is working and he wants to work now. He's back at it. And we haven't seen him work like this since the early 2000s. It's incredible. And honestly, that lineup I just said is a murderer's row of movies. And
I don't know if he's doing all those. I can see him pulling out of the Jim Jones movie. He's not drinking the Kool-Aid.
I could see him pulling out of that one to do The Wager with Scorsese because Jim Jones movie is crap. They don't even have a director for that. They just have a writer. I forget who it is. But I think no, they have a director but not a writer. I forget which other way it is. But whatever. But all I'm saying is it doesn't matter if he does even two of these. That's more than Leo usually does in freaking 4 years. Let alone he's doing Killers of the Flower Moon, PTA every other year, and then he's going to do The Wager probably, or at least one of these other three movies. That's more active than he's been in 20 years. That's insane.
It is insane. He's not doing the Jim Jones movie. I'm pretty like okay with that. Like I'm okay if he does. Like that's last on the to-do list in my eyes. Frank Sinatra, put that at the top of the list. Leo has done some. It's a mixed bag when it comes to him in biopics, right? You think of Howard Hughes, The Aviator, but then you think J. Edgar with Clint Eastwood there, right? So that's like a high and a low. And then you can count Hugh Glass as a biopic, but not really a notable figure. This is going to be massive. And when in an age of music biopics, we have some fatigue, but it's different when Leonardo DiCaprio is doing one. And it's different when Martin Scorsese, right, director of The Last Waltz and huge music lover, is taking on New York icon Frank Sinatra. We're getting Scorsese, the premier director of New York setting films, with the King of New York. And you're getting Leo to play him. This is awesome. I have a couple questions, though, Ricky Flex. Things that popped up in my mind. Leo. Can he sing?
I don't know if this movie will, like, he'll have to sing in this movie. I think he'll have Frank Sinatra music. This will be on the back end of his life. I don't think he's going to have to sing.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot about the relationship. I did a little research, and this relationship was chaotic, to say the least, right? It's a lot of emotion that was worn on Frank Sinatra's sleeve, right? A lot of affairs going on between him and Ava Gardner. It's a lot of not Leo, but a lot of Frank Sinatra suicidal tendencies, right, throughout that relationship. But ultimately, the movie could end, right, with him getting a divorce, but it ultimately drives some of his future music, and then it drives him to garnering an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor from Here to Eternity. So
I
there is
like
a
that.
really juicy story here, Ricky Flex, right?
You
And it could
avoid
be
the
centered
singing.
around, and we know, like, think about American Hustle, what Jennifer Lawrence can do in this type of role, right? Like, kind of a flashier type of role in the limelight, but also kind of a like seeking the spotlight, drama queen type of role. I think she would absolutely nail it. I think she had decent chemistry with Leo and Don't Look Up, but I'm curious how much singing he's going to actually do. Frank Sinatra is one of the most unique and iconic voices of all time. So with Leo, we've never heard him sing ever. I don't think. When have we heard this
No,
dude
no, and I don't
mutter
think he's gonna
mutter
sing
a
in this.
melody?
I'm telling you, I don't think he's gonna sing in this. I really don't. And I like how you're navigating it to like the Frank Sinatra acting career. I think they're gonna focus on that more so. Like they're think about it. Leo never wants to be in the limelight, like as in paparazzi or anything like that. He always tries to, whatever. Him, like Scorsese's not gonna put him in a vulnerable position where he can get made fun of online. And so Leo
Yeah.
is smarter than that. Like if he can't sing, he is not signing up for this project. So it's either he could sing and we just don't know it, which I don't believe. I think he signed up for this project because it's not going to be centered around singing.
Can you
That's what I.
imagine if he can sing?
That would be a wow, like a
Lock.
trifecta. Yeah, like lock for best actor. Like that
Yeah.
would be insane. But also just to harp back, if you look at Scorsese's IMDb, his upcoming, he has The Wager, The Gangs of New York TV series, A Life of Jesus, the Jesus movie, Roosevelt, by the way. Roosevelt, by the
I'm
way,
talking about that. No, that move that won't happen.
and it's also on Leo's, but no Jerry Garcia. I'm just pointing that out there.
Roosevelt, but no Jerry Garcia.
Yeah,
That's a revelation.
I'm just
That's a nice
saying.
thing.
I'm just saying. But all right, let's get to J Law for a second here. Okay. On the face of this, I freaking love this. All right, this is a great casting. All right, just like you said, think of J Law and like um American Hustle.
That's what I
She's
said.
a crazy, yeah, I know, right? Crazy ex-wife slash wife, like insane. That I picture her like that here. She's perfect for this type of role. Now, I do want to bring up something crazy with Jennifer Lawrence. Since American Hustle, what has she been in? Okay,
Okay.
this is her run. Okay, 2014, Days of Future Past, great movie, IP. 2014, Serena, complete bomb. 2014-15, Mockingjay Parts 1 and 2, IP. Joy 2015, it's a hit or miss type of movie. X-Men Apocalypse, Abomination IP. Passengers, Abomination. Mother, solid movie.
Polarizing.
Polarizing, again, hit or miss, I would say, like Joy. Red Sparrow, never heard of it. Dark Phoenix, the
Bad.
biggest abomination in the 2010s. Don't Look Up, a movie that pissed me off, but yes, good chemistry with Leo. Causeway, boring. No Hard Feelings, Paycheck, bad rom-com. She's had a tough spell here. I'm not saying I think she's gonna be great in this. I just wanted to bring up the fact that for the past 10 years, she's been struggling.
Ricky Flex. How old do you think Jennifer Lawrence is?
I think she is, let me think, 33.
She is 33. She's young as shit, dude. She
Yeah,
is
she was like
so young.
16 or 17 in Winter's Bone.
It's interesting. Like Causeway, she wasn't bad. It's just not like the movie star role that we would expect out of a Jennifer Lawrence.
Right,
You know,
right.
this
I
is
guess
the
I was just,
movie star. This is the
yeah,
movie star role. It's like, okay, this is the Jennifer Lawrence we always that was there. That was the American Hustle Jennifer Lawrence. I like Joy. Joy's a good movie, but that's
I
also
like
not
Joy.
like a movie star role, honestly.
I just
It's a
wanted to bring
biopic
up her
about someone no one
filmography
cares
for a
about.
second.
Say it again.
I just wanted to bring up her filmography, and I think it's gone under the radar that she's been kind of in a bad spell.
But No Hard Feelings, I think that kind of inspires, like, hey, she still got like the crazy in her, but she's so hot that like it's like this guy, Frank Sinatra, he is like suicidal over his wife, right? And like she's gonna drive him crazy, but she's also like addicting. Like that's what J Law can do. That's what she can bring to the table. I am excited for that casting, but I also had more questions here, Ricky Flex. You talked about Scorsese's angle to Leo. Say, hey, you probably don't have to sing as much for this role, right? It's going to be him trying to elevate his acting career, right? From Here to Eternity, we already brought up. But also, what I was thinking, well, this is Scorsese, this is New York, but also one of the best mob filmmakers of all time. What
Oh
is
no.
Frank Sinatra known for or rumored for? His affiliations with the mob. Ricky Flex, this is what came to mind along with, is Leo going to be able to sing? I think you could do something really special with this setting, the rumors around Sinatra, Scorsese as the filmmaker, Leo in the lead. That is an angle I think that's worth diving into. What do you think?
God, that sounds interesting. My problem is I don't think it makes a good movie if it's going to be focused around the relationship between Sinatra and was it Amy Gardner? I forget how you pronounce it.
Ava.
Ava, thank you. Um, yeah, it just seems like conflicting movies. Unless you make it like Goodfellas, where it's like, oh, like the mob is like kind of pulling him in, or his nightlife is pulling him in, and that's causing relationship issues. I guess that's how you would have to spin it, but then it's like Goodfellas. You can't really do that. You've already done that, Scorsese. So I just don't see that happening here, but I would love that movie. I would
It's
love that movie.
think about because like there was a lot of talk about Frank Sinatra, like his mental state. Like I just talked about the depression that he went through, the world feeling like it's crushing him, right, or like suppressing him. You know, not only his marriage, but also the mob affiliations, the lackluster, like the downturn in his musical career, and then he has this amazing triumph with From Here to Eternity. Like that, it could be an incredible movie. We
Yeah.
talk about narrowing down a a biopic and not showing the entire lifespan, just showing that this age of him having an affair from his first wife with Ava Gardner, this relationship, mob affiliations, right? Some experimental music that ends up failing or isn't very successful. And then he has the acting to go on From Here to Eternity and winning an Oscar. That's an insane movie. Such a juicy part of someone's life to depict in a biopic.
And you could freaking picture it. Third act, he's on set, on the movie set, similar to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when Leo is playing that villain with the little girl and he like throws her on the ground. He has that great scene where it's like yeah, I'm Rick fucking Dalton basically.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he could have that scene here in the movie and on set. And it's like, holy crap, Frank Sinatra can act, and that's what everyone realizes it. And like that could be Leo's Oscar moment in this movie.